Good morning. So I wanted to talk about the need to be busy all of the time. So busyness is, for me, is when there's a need to be busy all the time, that's a real clue. If I notice it myself, that's a bit of an indication to me that actually my stress levels are really, really high, because none of us like those feelings of stress or overwhelm or anxiety or panic or feeling that sense of feeling like we're not coping. Like that when the mind is racing and the head is just really busy. None of us like that. So often we all default to then just being busy enough that we don't think about it, busy enough that we don't have time to think about it. And that often, a lot of people can get away with that. A lot of people can get away with that because the pace of life that we have lived at for a long period of time has actually thrived on that. Do you know, there's that lovely saying, tired but wired. Do you know, we are like, well, a lot of us are tired, mentally, physically tired, emotionally tired, but we're so wired because we're running at such a pace that actually, even though the body feels tired, it can't switch off. So busyness has become this real, I suppose, number to actually kind of as a coping mechanism for stress. And if you're a frontline worker at the moment, then you might actually notice that like work is exceptionally busy just now. But actually things that you would have normally done in your home life, like maybe checking in on family members, catching up, just the kind of general doing, the ability to do that has been reduced. So what we can find is that then we are tempted to fill that space with other things that keep us distracted, that keep us busy. For example, all I can see on social media is people saying that all of a sudden every single corner of their garden has been done, or their whole house is getting repainted, or that they've got multiple projects that they're doing, or now they're doing exercise, they're on 3 different classes a day, they're doing this project, that project, they're get their kids involved with something else. It's busy, doing. And all we've done is we've shifted that busyness that was normally outside, we've brought it into our home. And that means we're never escaping it. We'll never have that. If you think about it, previously we've had that opportunity that we leave home and go to work and then we come back. But now that work for a lot of people is now home as well. And we've created all of this need to be doing all of the time, all of this need to be busy all of the time. And there's a real opportunity for us to kind of recognise that and recognise that it's not sustainable. It maybe feels better than actually feeling whatever those horrible feelings are. But actually, in the long run, all we're going to do is completely burn out. We can't sustain running at that pace. We can't sustain the mind being on all of the time. And people might be starting to recognise real physical symptoms of stress. Now, those would include like that kind of chronic like tension headache, or just like kind of like either tension or an actual headache, tension in the jaw or tension in the shoulders and the neck, irritability, like that sense of just everybody at home just really irritating you, or being irritated by things that we're reading on social media, irritated by people, our sense of feeling that people are not following the rules, irritated, not being able to concentrate on the television or concentrate on a book, so that inability to be able to concentrate. We might notice that we're overly, we feel that real kind of, feel a bit overly emotional, so everything makes us really easy, we're very easily tearful, or we kind of flip between one moment feeling absolute rage and frustration to the next minute just having this real needs, like sobbing, being very, very tearful. And that's often that sign that the body cannot calibrate, it cannot find anywhere in the middle, it cannot find balance, it is just fluctuating from one extreme to the other. And that's a real classic sign of when stress has just, it's tipped from being that stress that can be really good for us into that real chronic stress. Other things that you might notice is your gut health might have completely changed. So you might be bothered with like an upset stomach, or that horrible feeling of bloating, or just a change in your kind of general gut health. Yeah, it might also, the other thing that is, I suppose, is so important, particularly in this moment in time, when we're stressed, we completely burn out our immune system. So our natural immune system, the thing that we actually, all of us need to be working at its absolute optimum at the moment, burns out. So we need to find ways. Other things are like we gain weight because our body's constantly been flooding. We're constantly flooding the body with this sugar rush as energy to keep us going and run. So potentially we've got all of this excess sugar coming into the body, and staying in the body, and that just gathers, that just can show up as that kind of weight gain. So if we're not sleeping, if we're a bit irritable, if we're noticing that our whole body feels a bit sluggish, if our hormones are all over the place, for females, that's often is the thing that we are very aware of, is that our kind of natural kind of cycles will completely change because stress will just, it's not a priority, so stress will just completely knock it off. But if we're really irritable, if we can't sit still, these are the body's way of showing us that actually that stress has gone into more of that harmful rather than helpful kind of way of being. And it is just about looking at ways in which we can choose just to be, so just moments of stillness. Now, if you cannot go from being somebody who is 100 miles an hour to all of a sudden having a practice of meditation and or a practice of yoga, like actually we need to kind of, it's like baby steps back in. So starting to build it up with taking 5 minutes in the morning of just silence, just to sit, to do nothing else, put the phone down, but just 5 minutes sitting, stillness and silence, and maybe doing that again in the afternoon and the evening. Just starting to slowly build in kind of things that you can do. And it's remembering that you can join the Create and Calm group programme that's on. It's on a Monday at 10 o'clock, a Wednesday at 4 and a Friday at 4. Or there is individual, so if you're really, really struggling just now, if everything that I've kind of said, you've noticed that's me, I'm falling out with every day, I can't think straight, I can't sleep, my anxiety is off the scale, then why not get in contact with Jane McKee and see about an individual session, and come and we'll work out some individual tools about how you can manage your anxiety and get all of that under control. I hope this helps. I'm going to be posting, everything I'm going to post this week is all going to be around stress and anxiety, because I think at the moment we're all feeling it, everybody's feeling it. So take care today, and remember just to take 5 minutes just to pause and breathe.